Slowly bringing our awareness to the breathing. Just a few breaths, watching the breath go in and out the nostrils, in the nostrils, all the way down into the abdomen and all the way back up through out through the nostrils. Just following that process for a few breaths and watching the breath start to slow down and deepen as we're aware and we be with that process. Allowing our mind to start to connect with the breathing. Take a moment to try and feel the fluidity of the breath, the softness of the breath as it goes in, nostrils down through the abdomen and back out again. And then using that fluidity, that softness and that awareness of the breath to gently scan through the body, starting at the crown, bringing our awareness to the crown. And using the fluidity to go down through the body where mind's eye, and also with the breath, releasing any tension as we go down through the body, through the crown, down through the brow, touching around the eyes. Bringing breath and awareness into the eyes, softness and fluidity. The eyes, the sockets, the tissue. A few breaths just to bathe around there, soften the eyes. Continue to move down with our awareness through the face, through the skin, the tissues around the face area, softening, bathing with our awareness. Moving down through the neck, the shoulders. It's like we're showering our body with breath and awareness, bringing fresh chi or prana into the parts of the body that are stuck, where we're holding tension. Go to the back of the neck. Make sure we're not too far forward, too far back with the placement of the head on the neck. So the head should be pointing towards the skies, like we have a string attached to the crown. So the neck slightly opens at the back, the chin is slightly tucked under. Then we move down through the spine, just checking the energy around the spine. Connecting with that column of energy that runs just in front of the spine that we call Sushumna, central channel. and making sure we have the spine straight, upright, so the energy can flow through the Sushumna, keeping the mind clear. And then bathing the front of the body with awareness down through the chest, down into the stomach area, deeply releasing any layer of tension that we might come upon as we connect to the stomach area. And as we connect with the neck, the hips, a few breaths around, all around the hip sockets, again bringing prana, chi into that area, allowing us to maybe loosen any tension around there and open up the leg area a bit more. So a few breaths just around the hip socket. And as we breathe down the legs, it's like the legs are a little bit heavier, a bit more strength in them to support the upper part of the body. They're grounding through the bottom, through the cushion, through the seat, rooting through the cushion, through the seat. So we're sort of using them to support the upper part of the body to keep the spine straight. Most important part of our meditation, of our spiritual practice, is the spine, this Sushumna energy that runs just in front of the spine in our more subtle body. So we want to take care of that by having strength, a certain strength in the legs to support that part of the body. So moving down the legs with a few breaths and just finding our strength, our stability in the legs. If we're not connected with our body, it's very difficult to connect with the more subtle part of ourselves, our mind, our consciousness that we meditate with. So it's really good to connect in this way with the body first, scanning, being aware of the body, releasing tension in any parts of the body, relaxing the mind. Relax the body and we relax the mind. For meditation, the mind has to be relaxed but alert and aware. So we start by bringing that relaxation and awareness into the body first, and then slowly moving on, becoming more aware of our mental consciousness, our mind. So let's bring the first finger of the left hand, right hand. We're closing off the right, first finger left hand, closing off the right nostril. So left hand closing off right nostril, inhaling through the left, exhaling through the right 3 times. This 9-round pranayama exercise. Inhaling through left, exhaling through right 3 times. Changing over, first finger of the right hand closing off the left nostril, inhaling through the right, exhaling through the left. We're clearing here the two channels that run just beside the spine, the Sushumna. Then inhaling through both nostrils, exhaling through both nostrils 3 times, this time clearing the central channel of the body. Keeping relaxed through the jaw, through the back of the throat, soft and open. Sometimes in our lives, we don't give our mind, ourselves really time to breathe. When we're not breathing, it means our mind is not relaxed. When we're breathing in a short way, a tight way, then that's affecting our state of consciousness, what's going on in our mind. So when we practice pranayama, we're allowing not just our body to breathe, but our mind to breathe. To relax the busyness of the thoughts. Take a moment to connect with that space, a little bit more space, and maybe we feel in our mind a bit more peace, a bit more space in the body. Feel that for a moment. In that space, try and formulate your intention for coming this morning. Perhaps what was your immediate intention? First thought that arises, why did you come? Maybe it's just a habit. And then after first thought, maybe create a deeper intention of why it's useful to come to meditation. To allow yourself to meditate, just clarifying that in your mind. And then for the next part of the meditation, as we usually do, bringing our awareness to the level of the place of the breath. At the tip of the nostrils, or at the abdomen. For the next 7 minutes, we're trying to place, do this meditation called calm abiding. Calmly abiding on the breath at the tip of the nostrils, or the breath at the level of the abdomen, being aware of that process of the breath going in and out at one of those places. Resting with alertness our mind on either of those places. For most of us, it's easier to support this meditation by saying to ourselves, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. Otherwise, it's difficult. It can be difficult, and very quickly we lose the object of the breath. We get caught up in thoughts. That habit of following thoughts is more powerful than the habit of being able to calmly abide our awareness on an object. So we need to be gentle with ourselves and If we need to use the support, it's simply saying breathing in and breathing out. As we place our awareness at the nostrils or the abdomen. We are getting frustrated when we find the mind wandering. Simply bring it back to this, practice of breathing in and breathing out. So we'll do for 7 minutes. So gently come back to wherever you were, whether you were on the breath or maybe caught up in thoughts. Just come back, loosen the body a little bit, go through the body, just relax the body again. So we find tightness in the body as we struggle between, struggling in the meditation to keep the mind on the breath, the awareness on the breath, without getting caught up in thoughts. And that manifests in the body through tightness, so we just relax the body again. Starting the meditation again with a more relaxed, body, awareness in the body, bringing energy as we go through. With a few breaths in the body, with breath and awareness. Again, refreshing the body, just like we're showering the body to refresh it in the morning. We shower it with breath and awareness just to bring more chi, prana, energy for our meditation into the body. The only reason that it's difficult for us to keep the mind on one object, or awareness on one object, because we haven't created the habit. We have the habit of being distracted, of being caught up in thoughts. So in meditation, we're trying to create new habits, more healthy habits for our mind. We're trying to develop positive, wholesome states in mind, instead of distracted, more negative states in mind. We're trying to be more aware of what's going on in our mind. Take more control of our own mind, our own life, through meditation. So for the next 5 minutes, again, going into our meditation, and either again using the object of the breath, or as this time, we can change the object using the object of the sky, the spacious quality mind. Absorbing our mind in the experience of the mind being one with the sky, the kind of sky-like nature of consciousness. When we liberate, free our mind for grasping at thoughts, clinging on to thoughts, much more space starts to develop in our mind. The natural quality space starts to open up in our mind, in our lives. So one way to try and develop this is using the object of the sky, imagining that we're sitting under a very big blue open sky. In our mind, we're watching the sky, and our whole being starts to be absorbed in that experience of the sky. Our mind, our body, everything starts to have this experience of just being one with the sky. And we rest and place our awareness in that, place of being one with the sky, keeping the sky as the object instead of the breath. So for the next 5 minutes, we can use the sky, this feeling of just being with the sky, watching thoughts pass like clouds, allowing them just to pass. Or again, being one, our mind absorbing into the experience of the breathing at the level of the nostrils of the abdomen. And again, just watching clouds, thoughts pass, like imagine them like clouds, having no essence. So no need to cling. No need to take ownership of your thoughts. Being with this unowned space of the breath or the sky. So we'll do 5 minutes. So again, relaxing the mind for a moment from the object to the sky or the breath. Connecting back with the body. So one of the first teachings that we hear in the Buddhist tradition is that human life, being a human being, having human intelligence, having a human body is something very special. Something we should take happiness in. Because what the Buddha discovered, that the key to deeper levels of happiness comes from our state of consciousness, our state of mind, the development of our consciousness or our mind, our heart. That's the key or the door to happiness. So when we have human intelligence, a human body, then that's like the vessel, the conditions for us to be able to gradually develop the causes of happiness within ourselves. So generally, one of the first thoughts we try and generate as Buddhist practitioners in the morning is to try and think how wonderful it is that I have a human body today. I have human intelligence. I can discern what's helpful and what's harmful to me. I can listen to teachings, receive, listen, reflect on spiritual teachings that are going to benefit my heart and mind. That are going to help me to gradually awaken within myself all the causes of happiness. All the causes of deeper, everlasting states of happiness. Not just temporary happiness of this life, but deeper levels of inner contentment and peace. So it's a great opportunity when we're born as a human. So generally it can be difficult though in our lives to feel that way, to feel that sense of happiness, just basic happiness of being human, recognising the precious quality of having human intelligence, especially being here, having an interest in spiritual practice. We tend to focus more on our faults. And that doesn't always bring about energy for spiritual development. Our mind tends to be filled with more clutter of maybe our faults, of self-criticism, self-doubt, fear. So it doesn't create space for the positive qualities of, feeling joyous, happy about ourselves, and inner contentment, healthy contentment. So slowly in our meditation, we need to nurture this inner quality, happiness and contentment. So we often start in meditation as well by clearing this clutter of discontentment, the clutter of fear and self-doubt, being overcritical about ourselves in a way that's not helpful, kind of further damages the mind and doesn't bring joy for spiritual practice, for meditation. So one way to clear this clutter, create space for deeper spiritual happiness, energy, joy, is by reciting mantra, reciting a mantra that embodies purification, clearing the clutter, opening up space, positive, healthy space in the mind. Just like the space of the sky, the sky covers the whole world without discrimination. It's clear, unobstructed. So this is the type of mind consciousness that we have, but at the moment it's just covered over by, often by negative states of mind that are not serving us. So let's again do a simple mantra purification practice by bringing to mind again this image of the sky, this feeling that we're just, underneath the vast blue sky. We're allowing ourselves just to be in the experience like we're in a beautiful park and just absorbing the openness, the vastness of the sky. Slowly in the sky starts to appear just like a cloud, but made in more radiant light, the image of the there's a deity called Vajrasattva. This is the deity, the being that brings about purification, the deity in the mantra. Or we can just start to imagine the appearance of like a clear but white crystal appearing in the sky like light, and that embodies this quality or deity, Vajrasattva, purification. Crystals are very powerful for purifying, for cleansing. So imagine this image of a crystal made of white, clear light starting to appear in the sky, alive and radiant, appearing to help us clear the clutter in our lives, the inner clutter in our mind. All that stuff that we feel is in our mind that's not serving us, thoughts, emotions, feelings that are cluttering the mind and preventing us from experiencing the deeper stillness of our own mind. We're not judging the clutter in our mind, we're simply being aware of it and kind of asking or requesting this image of light to cleanse our mind of this clutter. So we open up to this image, this crystal-like image, this being that's embodying purification and allowing it to clear the clutter. From the image of the light, the crystal light, light also starts to come down. It radiates naturally from the crystal. Crystal light's coming in through our crown and just flushing out the clutter in our lives, the clutter in our hearts and our mind, going through our whole being like crystal, crystal radiant light, cleansing and purifying as we recite the purification mantra together, Om Vajrasattva Hum. So we'll hold the cleansing visualization, crystal light, through our whole being, through our heart, through our mind, as we chant the mantra Om Vajrasattva Hum together. And really bringing forth what it is we want to cleanse with this light, with this energy of the crystal in the space before us. Or the image of Vajrasattva, if you're familiar with that image. Om Vajrasattva Hum, 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 Om Vajrasattva Om, 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 Om Vajrasattva Om. Take a moment to connect and feel the energy of the mantra in your heart and your being. And then we bring our attention back to the image of the crystal light, the embodying Vajrasattva, the deity of purification in the space before us. Slowly in the sky starting to absorb to a smaller ball of crystal light. And this light starts to move towards your crown. And moves down your crown, starting to absorb and embrace your whole being, moving down through the crown, energizing the crown. Moving down through the central channel, the Sushumna that we cleared at the beginning of the meditation. Down through into the throat, cleansing and purifying the throat with speech. Moving down and settling in our heart chakra, in the centre of our chest. And then the light starts to flood, crystal light floods through our whole body, our whole being, transforming our body into crystal light. Our heart, our mind, our consciousness into crystal clear light. And we rest in a moment of being one with that space, the clear light. When we've developed our consciousness, our mind, and all the positive states, we discover the ultimate nature of I, of me is clear light. When we remove all the clutter from our mind, the inner confusion, when we develop all the wisdom to overcome the confusion, the habit of confusion, when that's illuminated, its nature is clear, vast, luminous light. This is me. May I be able to meditate and discover, uncover from the confusion in my mind, in my most purest state of consciousness, clear light, that's in the nature of wisdom and compassion. And may all beings, through their meditation, inner investigation, study, effort, be able to uncover from the confusion their most subtle, pure quality, clear light, deep peace, deep stillness, beyond fear, beyond hope, integrated, deep integration ourselves and deeply integrated with all beings.